Good evening. So, welcome to yet another week, of Ask Me Anything. So, today we are going to have an overview about Pancha Karma. Okay. Hope you people are able to hear me. Can you hear me? Can somebody just answer? Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, weekly sessions which happens on every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Okay, so today we are going to talk about Pancha Karma. All of you have heard about it, Pancha Karma in Ayurveda. I'm not going to go in depth. I'll try to make you understand what we actually mean by Pancha Karma and how do we do it. And you can come up with your questions at a later point of time. Okay, so here, the purpose of Ayurveda. Why do we do Ayurveda and what is actually Ayurveda focused on? Two things, okay. Swasthasya swasthya rakshanam. Swastha means a healthy person. Swasthya means health. Okay. Rakshanam means to preserve. So basically preserving the health of a healthy person. That means if a person is healthy, we have to maintain his health. That is the first purpose of Ayurveda. It is not curative. So it is basically if a person is healthy, then you maintain his health. For that also we do Panchakarma. Okay, now, and what is the second one? Second one is Aturasya Vikara Prashamana. Atura means a rogi or a diseased person. Vikara means a disease. Okay, so Aturasya Vikara. So for a diseased person, the disease, Vikara Prashamanam, is to pacify. So the curing the diseased. So these are the only two purposes of Ayurveda. One is keeping a healthy person healthy, and second one is curing the diseased person. Okay, and now how does Panchakarma play a role in these? Now when you look at Panchakarma, okay, so as I said, in both these conditions Panchakarma is indicated. Now Chikitsa or treatment. Chikitsa or treatment is basically done in two ways. Okay, one is Shamana. Shamana is pacification. That means there are two conditions in which we do Shamana or the pacification. In the sense, when a person is actually, he is not strong enough. That means he is not physically or mentally strong. Then what do? You don't actually do a cleansing process on him because he is not able to, he doesn't have the strength to go through it. That is one stage. And second stage is when the disease is not strong. That means it is just started and only few doshas are there. In such a condition, you don't have to do the cleansing process. You can do the Shamana or pacification. So one is Shamana and the other one is Shodhana. Shodhana is the thing, again, it is in two conditions where you actually do the cleansing process. Okay, where one thing where the person who is undergoing the treatment has got the strength physically and mentally. And second, the disease also has to be chronic or it has to be slightly strong so that, you do a Shodhana Karma or the cleansing process and get him better. So Shamana and Shodhana are the two approaches, the treatment approaches. Okay, so one is Shamana is pacification and Shodhana is purification. So we will talk about Shamana sometime later. So today we are going to focus on Shodhana or the purification or basically the Pancha Karma therapy. Okay, so what are the Pancha Karmas? So what do you mean by Pancha Karma? Pancha means five and Karma means procedures or activities or activity based. It's basically, you can call it also procedure. So the five procedures are called Panchakarma. Let us start. One is Virechana, one is Vamana. You can see that one is Nasya, one is Vasti, and the other one is Rakta Moksha. Okay, so Virechana is purgation. Purgation is basically taking medicines so that the person passes loose bowels. That means you're inducing loose motions. Vamana is you are giving medicines where you make the person vomit. It's called emesis in English, where you make the person actually vomit. And then Nasya. Nasya is a procedure where you pour medicines inside the nasal, inside both the nose, and lot of cleansing happens in the upper part of the body. That means the head, above the clavicle. Now, Vasti. Vasti is medication. See, I don't want to say any, for you to understand, I'm telling you enema because the path through which it is administered is the anal canal. So that's why we call it enema, but it is actually not enema. Enema is basically to relieve constipation, but here it is not only to relieve constipation. It is, that's why I've written medicated enema. And this Vasti is also into two. Okay, one is Kashaya Vasti, where you give a decoction, and one is Sneha Vasti, where you give something which is oily. It can be oil or ghee or whatever it is. Okay, so Vasti is also divided into two. And Rakta Moksha. Rakta Moksha is bloodletting or removal of blood. Okay, so you have got different ways of removing the blood. You can actually cut the vein, you can poke the vein, you can also use a leech to remove the blood, or in certain skin condition we do prachanam, where we do pricking, and with that also you can remove blood. So there are different ways in which you remove the blood to remove the doshas from the blood. Okay, so these are the 5 Pancha Karma things, and these 5 things have been mentioned by Ashtanga Hridaya and also by Sushruta. But if you look at the people who are more focused on treatment, like Charaka doesn't give too much of priorities to bloodletting. Okay, he has his Panchakarma is Virechana, Vamana, Nasya, and the 2 Vastis. So that makes his Panchakarma. But other texts have made the Vasti into one, and they have added Rakta Moksha as the other Panchakarma. Okay, this is just for your information. Now, where do you think you have to do Virechana? Okay, each and every Panchakarma is meant to cleanse a certain dosha. So for the Pitta dosha is where we give Virechana. For a Kapha dosha, Virechana in the sense, as I said, you are letting the person, you are inducing loose motions. And Vamana is you are inducing vomiting. And Vamana is basically indicated for Kapha dosha. And well, if you remember, we draw a line between the heart, at the heart stage and the umbilical stage. Above the heart is Kapha, between the heart and the umbilicus is Pitta, and below the umbilicus is Vata. So naturally, Pitta is in the middle part, so we actually give medicines for loose motions. And Kapha is here, so we give medicines for vomiting. So that's the best treatment for Kapha. And below the umbilicus is Vata. So that's why we try to remove it from the bottom. That's why we do medicated enema or Vasti. And Nasya is done for all the rogas above the clavicle. In the sense, it could be diseases of the eyes, nose, ears, tongue, okay, and even for hair. If you have to have good hair, Nasya is one thing which you have to do, because at the moment the congestion actually is removed from this part, your eyesight will improve, your hearing will improve. So Nasya is very important for all Urdhvajatrukata Vikaras. That means above the clavicle. They say Nasahi Shiraso Dwaram. The sense, nose is the opening towards the head. Even for mental issues, we actually do a lot of Nasya to cure them. Okay. Then Vasti, as I said, because Vata, the position of Vata is below the umbilicus, we do Vasti or medicated enema to control Vata. Okay, now Rakta Moksha. Rakta Moksha is basically to cleanse the blood. With Rakta Moksha, because when you look at the host and the person who stays there, blood is also what do you call, sometimes the dosha in the blood. Let me put it in a different way. The dosha in the blood is Pitta. So when you do Rakta Moksha, the Pitta also gets cleansed. So normally in a hospital, when patients come, they say that they want to undergo Panchakarma, all the 5 karmas. But I would say that when Panchakarma is not that you have to undergo all the 5 things. Depending upon your condition, you probably 1 or 2 or probably 3 can be done, but we don't normally, or I've not seen that we do all the 5 things for a person. Very rare case. Okay, skin issues we might end up doing. Sometimes we start with Vamana, then we do Virechana, Nasya, Vasti, then we might not do Vasti, then we might go to Rekta Moksha. So it is not that when you do Panchakarma, the person has to undergo all the 5. Panchakarma are 5 methods in which you cleanse the body, and whichever is necessary to cleanse whichever doshas, we actually apply that. That is all. It doesn't mean that a person has to undergo all the 5. So there are certain seasons where certain doshas actually accumulate. Okay, that's what I said. Even for a person who is healthy, we recommend that the person actually undergoes a cleansing process. It's just like your car. If you've got a car, your car going in for service, irrespective of whether your car has got any issue or not, you see that your car goes in for service, right? Likewise, this vehicle also, see, if you have got a premium car like a BMW or a Mercedes Benz, you know that your car has to go in for service only once a year. Likewise, you should consider your body also to be premium. Okay, it's a premium vehicle where at least once a year you have to get your body to actually go through that service, so that yeah, it's always good that your car goes to a service center rather than going to a workshop, right? So it's better your body also goes through the cleansing process as a part of service, rather than going into the the workshop or getting treated for a treatment, because everything is cumulative. So the moment you see things accumulating and you start cleansing it, you start removing it on an annual basis, your body is clear. But if you let it accumulate, then it actually gets dislodged and it goes to different parts of the body, and that is where you start falling sick. So it is very important, irrespective of whether you are healthy or if you're not healthy, definitely you have to undergo treatment. But just don't think that, I'm healthy, I need not go through treatment. That is not the right approach. Even if you are healthy, it is always good for you to undergo the annual cleansing. Okay. So this is basically an overview of Panchakarma. If you've got any questions, you can start posting already. Okay. So for Panchakarma, it is done in 3 stages. Okay. So we have got the Purva Karma. Purva Karma is basically preparing the patient. You can't directly, if a person comes to you, you can't directly do cleansing. In the sense, we have got the doshas or whatever toxins are all, it is in different parts of the body, right? So those we have to prepare it and bring it into the gut, into the koshtha, we call it, from the shakha or the branches. From the shakha, it has to come to the koshtha. And once it comes into the koshtha, then you actually remove it, depending upon the dosha. If it is kapha dosha, you do vamana or vomiting. If it is pitta, you actually do virechana or you induce loose motions. Or if it is vata, you do enema or vasti. Okay, so so to basically prepare and getting that doshas from the shakha, the branches, to the koshtha, to the gut, to the GIT, is what we do is the Purva Karma. And Purva Karma includes Snehana Svedana, that means applying of oil or taking ghee inside and then heating the body. A lot of procedures do happen where the doshas are brought into the koshtha. And the Pradhana Karma is the real karma. Okay, Purva Karma is the preparation, Pradhana Karma is the important karma. That is the Pancha Karma, the 5 methods in which we cleanse. Okay, then you apply the Pancha Karma in the patient after he's well prepared. And after the preparation is done, then we call the Paschat Karma or the post cleansing. This is also called Samsarjana Kala. In a sense, see, the moment a person undergoes cleansing, you should understand that everything from his body goes. It is not that only good things go, good, bad, ugly, everything goes out, and the body has to rebuild the body. Okay, so when you rebuild the body, you can't suddenly dump in a lot of things. So it should be a slow process where you start with something which is very light, like rice kanji, and then slowly get into soup, then semi-solid food, then solid foods, and slowly get him back slowly into his normal life. This is equally important. If you don't follow this, the doshas, suddenly you will again fall sick. So the Purva Karma, the preparation, the Pradhana Karma, the Pancha Karma, and the post cleansing, Paschat Karma, all these 3 are equally important in Pancha Karma. These are something which people actually neglect when they do Panchakarma. They go for Panchakarma. They say, I went for Panchakarma for 3 days and came back. They did a cleansing. I don't want to comment, but I don't think any cleansing would have actually happened. Moreover, you might probably, you will feel good when you do that, but once you come back, you are not up to it. So you should, in my opinion, you should do it the right way for very good results. Okay, so you can start posting your questions. Okay, so we have got this, as I said, we have got these sessions 9 p.m. IST every Tuesday. You can start asking a question. I'll take a few questions. Okay, I hope this was very slightly informative for you. Does the common cold that we get related to dosha imbalance in the body or any virus or bacteria? Okay, see, Spiky Pine, I don't know what your name is, but you're okay. I'll just put that question there. The common cold that we get related to dosha imbalance. Okay, see, Spiky, I don't know what to call you. So whatever it is, dosha imbalance is being created because of the virus. Hope you're able to understand that. Okay. If suppose you get a jaundice, infective jaundice. Infective jaundice is because of an infection, viral infection. That doesn't, we know that the pitta dosha has gone up. That doesn't mean that there is no infection over there. Hope you're able to understand that. The result of the common cold, the virus inside your system, is the reason why that imbalance has happened. Okay, and that imbalance is something which we try to manage. And once that imbalance is actually managed and the balance is brought back, that means your body is again back in balance. So we are actually trying to mix two different kinds of sciences, the virology. Okay, the modern science says that it is a virus. I don't say no, but what happens there is when the virus goes inside, the dosha gets imbalanced, and we look at the doshas which has got imbalanced and we try to put it back into balance. The moment you put it back into balance and it slowly starts coming into balance, your infection is gone. Okay, and since it's a viral infection, yes, it will spread to different people. Yeah, Chetana. Should Panchakarma be done at a... See, normally, let me talk about... Normally in Kerala, we have got this month called the Karkataka Masa, or in Tamil Nadu, we call this Adi Masa. It is somewhere between July 15th to August 15th. And we consider this time where it rains really well. Okay, and your body, the vata is actually slightly on the higher side, and the body is extremely, and your hunger is slowly coming back after the summer. So your body is receptive to a lot of treatment. So this is a time where a lot of people prefer to undergo cleansing. We call it Karkataka Chikitsa. Okay, the treatment during the Karkataka Masa. Okay, the Adi Masa, or July 15th to August 15th. So this period is considered to be best. Okay, but see, if you're suffering from a problem, you can't look at a season. You can undergo the Panchakarma in whichever season you are probably falling sick. Okay, but when it is actually raining and the season is conducive, that would be the best time for you to undergo treatment if you are not suffering from any issue. Who doesn't require Panchakarma? I don't see. There are a lot of people who are not fit for Panchakarma. Like kids are not fit, elderly people, very old people, maybe 70 plus. You have to be slightly careful how you do the Panchakarma. Okay, or people who are scared, as I said, people who are scared of everything, and people who don't have the strength, or the disease doesn't have the strength. Otherwise, there aren't people who need not undergo Panchakarma. And when I mean Panchakarma, it is not all the 5. Okay, Srinivas, it can be 1 or 2. Depending upon your condition, everybody can actually undergo Panchakarma. There might be some exceptions, but by and large, everybody can. Is it dangerous to go through a Panchakarma procedure? Do this have to be... yes, Marcia, I would say that it is always good to undergo Panchakarma in a hospital under good medical supervision. Don't try to do it at home. Okay, it is not something which is not very easy sometimes. So it is always good to undergo Panchakarma with a medical supervision. And otherwise, see, I don't say it is dangerous, but sometimes, yes, we have got a lot of cases where people sometimes the vomiting, when you do vomiting at home, and sometimes vomiting doesn't stop. Okay, the person, once they start vomiting, the bile goes, and you sometimes see a little bit of blood. You should know how to manage that. Text has told how we can manage that. So in that way, sometimes you give that enema, and if the enema doesn't come out, you feel dizzy. You should know how to manage that. So sometimes, if not done properly, it can be slightly dangerous. It's always good to do it under medical supervision. When above neck is kapha, and how would it be good to wash hair with room temperature water? Does it not increase kapha more than respective weather and different body types? Okay, above the neck is kapha. Yes. But if you look at, it is not, when we say that generally this area is kapha, that doesn't mean that it is exclusively kapha. Okay, Shashikar, you have got the eyes. Eyes is basically pitta. You've got the ears. Ears is vata. Okay, so it is basically a mixture of a lot of things, but by and large, this is the place of kapha. So when you take, that's why we say don't pour too much of cold water on your head, or don't pour too much of hot water on your head. Let it be room temperature. Okay, if you pour hot water, it is not good for your hair and your eyes. And if you pour extremely cold water, it increases the kapha. So let it be room temperature. Okay, it does not increase the kapha too much. Okay, different body types, any body type you take, don't pour hot water or extremely cold water on your head. Not good. Suma. Yes, Pancha Karma treatment actually helps in diseases like Parkinson's. Parkinson's is something which we consider to be as Kampa Vata. That means a Vata disease where the shivering is there. So any procedures which will actually try to, Parkinson's is something which is a progressive condition. Okay, so our first approach is to see that we actually stop it or try to slow down the progress. So anything which will control, which will reduce the vata. Vasti or medicated enema, oil enema is one of the best treatments for Parkinson. Application of a lot of oil, pouring a lot of oil in the body is very good for Parkinson's. Yes, Panchakarma treatment will definitely help in Parkinson's. Is Snehapanam part of Panchakarma? Okay. Yes, I did say about Purva Karma, that is preparing the patient, right? So what normally happens is Snehapana. Snehapana, I'll tell you the meaning of Snehapana. Sneha means something which is sticky or lubricating. It can be oil or ghee. Okay, Snehapana is drinking oil or ghee to basically make your body supple. Okay, so when you take Snehapana in the complete dose, that oil gets into every cell of the body. That's what happens with Snehapana. And then after Snehapana, you apply heat, that is Swedana. Or Sneha and Sweda come under Purva Karma, preparing the patient. The moment you apply heat, the Sneha melts and then it comes back into the Koshta, bringing all the doshas. And then you do the Pradhana Karma. So Snehapana is a very, very important part of Panchakarma, can be taken alone. If the person is not where you cannot do a full-fledged Panchakarma, yes, you can take it. But after you take it, after a point of time, you should know what to do with that Sneha. Okay, you can't just make it accumulate in the body. It is always good to remove it. So just don't take it and then wait. Contribute it to more dosha imbalance. Okay, it will taking just ghee will not detox the body, and it is not. You can't just give ghee for weight loss, but if you give ghee and then you do the Panchakarma, yes, that ghee actually brings down a lot of doshas out. Your metabolism is reset, and provided you follow a good lifestyle as far as food goes and other activities go, you will definitely lose weight. And ghee, cow's ghee, I'm telling you, will not promote overweight. You will lose weight. Could you please explain Panchakarma? Panchakarma, oh, Hridayajit. Okay, Hrido. I just explained that. Pancha means 5, Karma means procedures. Okay, 5 things. One is you make a person vomit, you make a person pass loose motions, you remove, you do nasya, you remove doshas from the nose, then you do actually enema. That means you give through the anal canal, remove the doshas, and then other thing is removing the blood. These are the 5 Panchakarmas. Why can't children? Children are actually, we say that children are slightly weak. Okay, just like elderly people. So children need not undergo panchakarma, and they are people who are not supposed to undergo panchakarma. We have got other methods in which we handle their issues. Okay, so Rido, you need not undergo panchakarma. Shatkriya of yoga and panchakarma of Ayurveda are related anyway. I personally feel that Shatkriya, you mean Neti, Dhauti, and all those things, right? Nasti and all those things do come in yoga also. I personally feel, okay, it might be my opinion, I might be right, I might be wrong, but I strongly feel I'm right. The all the cleansing procedures which have been mentioned in Ayurveda has been modified and then explained in yoga. Nirupam Malhotra. How long a punch? Okay. If you, I would say, if you are actually doing it for the first time, I would say nothing less than 14 days. I would say ideally 21 days, but nothing less than 14 days. Okay. And after that, follow up 14 days or 10 days every year. I think that should be ideal for you if you are not suffering from any disease. Otherwise, handling the disease, definitely first time when you can see, we get a lot of people who have got psoriasis, who have got arthritis. A lot of people, they have been coming to a hospital for years and years, maybe 10 years, 15 years. First, when they come with full body psoriasis, first time when they come and go, they feel about 30% difference. Next time when they go, they're 70% okay. And when they go the third time, they are almost clean. Okay. But still, they come and keep on cleansing them yearly once to see that they don't suffer from any issue at all. So this is sometimes something which you have to do on a daily, on a yearly basis. Initially, say if you can spare 21 days, nothing like it. Follow-up years, 14 days would be more than enough. How to reduce kapha? What are the foods or lifestyle can be followed? Reducing kapha. I don't know whether you mean the Prakrita kapha. That means if a person has got, by and large, by birth, if he has got kapha, how to reduce that? Or you are actually meaning the phlegm that is coming out when you're coughing and all those things, a lot of accumulation in your head. That is actually the mala, or the, mala is the byproduct of the true kapha. Okay. And how to reduce kapha? Kapha is something which is cool, okay, and which is actually wet, okay, and it is slimy. So you have to get into the properties which are opposite to this. Apply heat, okay, get to dry things, okay. If you have got congestion in your nose, severe congestion, there is also called something called Nasika Churnam. Okay, it is like, it's a medicated snuff, because kapha is wet. You can, if you got a lot of kapha, it is not easy for you to actually pour a liquid inside your nose and get the kapha out. And that much of kapha is there. There are churnams, we have got bhapan, where you blow churnas into the nose. You sneeze like mad, and after a point you see that a lot of phlegm starts coming out. Okay, not getting exposed to too much of cold, and doing every activity which increases the heat of your body. That means exercise is very important to keep that kapha under control. Okay. Niti, is having cow ghee in warm water in the morning? No. See, cleansing the body doesn't happen if you take cow's ghee. Okay, I don't know what you mean by cleansing. If you mean by removing the doshas, no. Okay, cow's ghee, if you take cow's ghee, we call that is sneha. And if you take it on a daily basis, we call it nitya sneha. That means you're taking it on a daily basis. It will actually make you feel better from a lot of issues. If you start taking that cow's ghee on empty stomach in the first thing in the morning, or if you take it at bedtime, both ways. Okay, sometimes it works on bedtime also. You will see that most of the people who have got constipation will slowly start getting relieved of their constipation. They'll feel better, they'll feel lighter. Okay, that doesn't mean that the body is getting detoxified. That's a different topic altogether. Okay, but consuming ghee on a daily basis is actually very good for your health. One other thing is that doing exercise also is very important. If you have got a dry skin, how much of oil or moisturizer can you apply on the skin? How much ever you apply in the skin, it is all external. So what I recommend people is to take that 1 tablespoon of ghee at bedtime or on empty stomach in the morning, or both. depending upon the dryness. You start doing that and slowly start incorporating a little bit of exercise in your day-to-day life. You will start sweating. When you start sweating, along with the sweat, you see that oil also comes out. Okay, so this oil only will keep your skin soft, and that oil has to come from within, and that comes once you start taking the ghee on a regular basis. Okay, the cleansing, so-called panchakarma cleansing, which you're calling right now, it doesn't happen with ghee. Okay, so is that the last question? Then probably we can wind it up. Any more questions? Anybody else? So Panchakarma is actually the strength of Ayurveda. Okay, no, in my opinion, no other stream of medicine has given so much of importance to treatment procedures to actually stay healthy. No other science says let us do that treatment or this surgery or that surgery to be healthy. But Ayurveda, we say even removing blood. Okay, removing blood can be done for a healthy person for him to stay healthy. Okay, so you're applying the same procedure for a person who's healthy to stay healthy, and applying the same procedure for a diseased person to actually get cured from his disease. Okay. Vallishri, I didn't understand. Did you mean diseased people? Is that what you meant, Vallishri? If that is so, yes. Panchakarma is not avoid. As I said, in the beginning, that Panchakarma is basically done for two things: for basically maintaining the health of a person who's healthy, and second thing is that it is also indicated for people who have got diseases. It is a curative therapy also, Panchakarma. It is not like a spa where you go, you do, and Shirodhara and all those things are not Panchakarma at all. Okay. They are not, they don't come under Panchakarma at all. Okay, applying oil on the body is not Panchakarma. Okay, there are a lot of people who say we are a Panchakarma center and they just do massage and they just do Shirodhara and they say they are a Panchakarma center. They are not basically doing Panchakarma at all. Okay, Vallishri, is Panchakarma? Yes, we do Panchakarma in our hospital. Yes. Okay, our hospital, we have been doing it. Our hospital is close to about 30-35 years and we have been doing it. We get patients from different parts of the world. I would say, depending upon your condition, if your condition is really bad, probably you can do maximum of twice a year. But otherwise, once a year, if you do it really well, properly, once a year is more than enough. Gopalakrishnan, yeah. Easy method to cleanse stomach. You eat something from outside, probably it was a place where the pani puri or the vada pav which you ate it was stale. You will pass loose motions. Okay. When you pass that loose motions, that is not cleansing. You should understand that very clear, Gopalakrishnan. You just take castor oil, you will pass loose motions. But that is not Panchakarma, that is not cleansing. If you don't do the Purva Karma, I repeat it again, if you don't prepare the patient and bring all the doshas from the Shakha to the Koshtha, the branches to the gut, and then remove it, it is not Panchakarma. You had loose motions, that's it. You had a stomach upset, you had loose motions. That's all. So do it. See, some people take salt water and vomit. It doesn't come under vamana. It's just called chatti. You just vomited it out. Okay, you cleansed, you just removed the thing, but the doshas from the body are not removed. Any doctor or hospital recommendation? See, in Pune, there is one hospital. Of late, they have started doing Panchakarma. I can give you the name of the hospital. It is Dinanath Mangeshkar Hospital. Okay, Dinanath Mangeshkar is Lata Mangeshkar's father. There's a hospital which is started by Lata Mangeshkar. It's a charitable trust hospital. Okay, and there is one doctor by name Dr. Pankaj. Okay, he heads the Ayurveda wing there, and I think they do Panchakarma decently well there. Yeah, it happens, Shashikar. Yeah, there are cases where Pancha Karma doesn't work, and you would be surprised to know that there are certain things where we feel that, oh, this is extremely difficult for us to cure, and then we start something and then it gets cured. Sometimes, the RR, I'll tell you, initially when I started practicing, a patient came to me with fever. Or sorry, a patient came to me with cough, and according to the principles of that, I did the treatment, and the person got rid of the cough. So my grandfather was there. I was telling, I managed the cough. I did it really well. I cured him. Was a response. Then after some time, he sent me a patient with fever, small fever. I tried left, right, center. Whatever I was doing, it was not getting cured. Okay, that is when your ego actually gets, and that you are only treating the person. Curing is not something in your hand. Okay, Shashikar, you cannot take the credit. It's a lot of things happens, because the patient is also cooperative. It is not because you might be doing the right thing, but if the patient is absolutely not cooperative, there will be a lot of cases where panchakarma does not work. Otherwise, also there are certain cases where panchakarma does not work. We don't know why. We might be doing the right thing, but it does not work. But by and large, most of the cases, it works. No, no, Gopalakrishnan. Taking bitter gourd like that will not nullify any Ayurvedic medicine. No, bitter gourd is something which we recommend patients to take also, even if they're taking Ayurvedic medicines. Just taking bitter gourd does not nullify the Ayurvedic medicines. So, are we done with the questions? But Gopalakrishnan, if you are looking for getting health, and you want to lose weight, you are on a regular diet. You just eat one laddu. Your 1 week's walking is gone out of the window. That's definitely there. Agati Kirai, right? Agati Kirai. See, Gopalakrishnan, there is nothing like that. That one thing will nullify everything. No. Okay, lot of things, cumulative things only actually do act. See, you do one mistake. If you keep on doing one mistake over a period of time, then there is called a cumulative effect. Just because you take agati kire once, it doesn't mean that it will nullify all the effect of all the medicines. All the medicines, probably agati kire, or you mean bitter gourd can nullify the action of one or two medicines, but you cannot say point blank a blanket that it will nullify all the effect of all the medicines. No, it doesn't happen like that. Okay, so yeah, thank you. So I think we can come to an end of today's session. I'll see you next week, same time at 9 p.m. with some other topic. Okay, and we can again discuss. Okay, so that's great. Thanks a lot. Good night.